Happy New Year's. I promised you a video, a New Year's video, and now it's like 11 days into the month. But it is a wonderful new year, and I really did just want to connect with all of you girls and kind of know that we're in this year together. I just hear your hearts, and so I started the year being sick, and I don't know what it was, but I was like, what in the world? Why am I starting 2021 being sick? But I got the verse, which I had thought of before, but it just came again. In my weakness, His strength is revealed, so I'll glory in my weakness. And just that sense again of living out of grace and out of rest. And a total confidence that this is going to be a really good year. I was with Eve on that first day, and she said, "Oh, we're trying to do everything today. We have so much planned." And she said, "Well, we're just going to get all our work done so that we can take the rest of the year off." I thought that was a good plan. But yes, in our weakness, His strength is revealed. And so the first thought I just had was of that living out of rest, living out of grace, knowing that He did it all, and that I get to just show up in His victory and His goodness. I was reading Luke 3 in the Mirror Word, which came out in 2020. Francois has worked on Luke. And I realized, well, the Christmas story is in Luke 2, and then at the beginning of the year, I was reading Luke 3, and I just thought there was a couple of verses that just really stood out to me. John here most significantly mirrors the words of Isaiah. This is the moment. He lifted up his voice with great strength and cried out, "Turn the wilderness into a highway. Make the ancient trodden out paths beautiful." The engineer of the universe will do this with meticulous attention to detail. What seemed an impassable chasm will be seamlessly bridged. Every valley shall be filled up. Also every mountain and hill be leveled out, and every crooked curve shall be straightened out. Even the rough places shall be made smooth. And this saving act of God shall be fully realized by every individual. All flesh shall see and celebrate it together. Now, bear fruit that matches the awakening of your authentic identity and your redeemed innocence. Quit seeking your origin in Abraham. Your true lineage is found in God's faith, not in Abraham's efforts to bear children. See beyond mere flesh and discover God's power raising the offspring of David out of these stones. Most certainly will the very cause of the problem of a distorted identity be uprooted. Every tree that did not produce good fruit is about to be axed and thrown into the fire. The roots of those thought patterns that controlled your life are powerfully addressed in this metanoia reformation. And I just saw that is the truth for this year, that He's making the way straight. He's just making the path in front of us. And the verse that came really strong at the beginning of the year is, "Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, anything worthy of praise, think on these things." And I realized I have permission to just think and dream and plan for good. And I'm wearing my Wonder Woman outfit, and I actually did see Wonder Woman, the first thing to come out after they weren't showing any movies. But it's still the first movie where she is there at no man's land, and they say, you can't go rescue them, you can't go there. And she says, you know what, but this is what I'm going to do. And then she just walks across no man's land, taking all of the firepower. And it's just that funny mix of, in our weakness his strength is revealed, and it's all him, and he did it all, and it's all grace, and I'm his, remembering whose I am. But then it's the other part of remembering who I am, that I am one with him, and the path is being made straight, and I can think on whatever is lovely and of good report, and I am created in an image and likeness, and I can set my gaze and say, this is what I'm going to do. And I was taken by the reality that this last year there has been so much negativity spoken. There has been just talking about COVID, there's been like, this is how you can get it, and this is how it spreads, and this is the symptoms, and it's just been rehashed and rehashed and rehashed. It's focus on sickness. Even if you don't get COVID, you're probably just going to get sick, and focusing on the negative, and then our economy, and just this focus on negativity. And I was listening to a message, and it was about how our tongue is a rudder. And I liked the way this person said it, because it was like, when you say things like, well, just runs in the family, I'm always going to be like this, or whatever, those things that we believe are and we speak, he said, you don't want to go that direction. Like, don't set your rudder that way. Set it in the direction you want to go. And I was talking to a friend, and I said, you know what? We can speak truth. And you know, one puts 1,000 to flight and two 10,000. And as soon as I said we can speak truth, this verse just came. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, and all who dwell in it. And in that, there's just come such a set of my gaze and such a peace that God has a really good plan, and we get to agree with that and be one with that and see him make those paths straight and say, this is what I'm going to do. So there is so much beauty in this year, and I think so much power in us joining together and just speaking life over this world. And in our moments of just feeling weak, his strength is revealed. And then those moments of realizing our wholeness and oneness with him, there's going to be this strength coming out of us. And we will say, no, but this is what I'm going to do. And we're going to put so much of the enemy's plans to flight as we just see him make the way in the wilderness, and we speak life. So I am remembering who I am today and whose I am. And I am giving thanks for each one of you that we are in this together, and together we can put the 10,000 to flight, and together we can see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I love you. Mwah. Happy New Year.